Welcome back to So You Really Want to Learn Latin, and today we are going to tackle the fifth declension, the fifth and final declension of Latin nouns. Now, the noun we learn when we're learning the fifth declension is res, which is a feminine noun and it means a thing, in the sense of a thing or a matter, a piece of business, that kind of thing. Okay, and it goes as follows. Res, res, rem, rei, rei, re. Res, 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 rerum, rebus, rebus. Okay, very, very easy actually. It looks a little bit like a third declension noun, I suppose, but it isn't, it's fifth, and it's a nice one to have learnt. Okay, res, res, rem, rei, rei, re, res, 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 rerum, rebus, rebus. Okay, another noun you might want to have a little play with while we're on the fifth declension, because it's obviously a very common noun, is dies, which means a day. Now the noun dies is masculine, unless, as my great teacher Theo Zinn used to say, unless it refers to an appointed day, you know, a very special day, like the Ides of March or something like that, in which case it would be feminine. But the actual basic word, day, is a masculine noun. And, being fifth declension, it goes dies, dies, diem, diei, 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 dies, 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 dierum, diebus, diebus. Okay, so that's it. There are our 5 declensions nailed, and it all happened in a bit of a sort of anticlimax, really. Just too simple. We'll just have a little bit of practice to check that we can use those nouns. Put a couple of sentences into Latin. And because we've got dies there as a word, we can practice our expressions of time. Okay, so let's have a little look at he remained in the city for 5 days. Okay, he remained in the city for 5 days. Subject is he and the verb is remained, and that will go at the end. Okay, so let's just nail for 5 days. Okay, expressions of time you may learn by this rhyme. Prepositions you never must use. Within which and when use the ablative case, but for time how long use the accuse. Okay, so we're going to use the accusative for the expression for 5 days. Latin for 5 is quinque, and the Latin for day we've now just learnt, and we want the accusative plural because it's time how long. So, dies, dies, dies. There we go, accusative plural. So, quinque dies, and then he remained, manebat. Okay, very simple. Right, we'll do another one. They will attack Rome within 3 days. Okay, they will attack, there's our subject and our verb, it'll go at the end. The object is Rome, Romam. Now, they will attack Rome within 3 days. Expressions of time you may learn by this rhyme, prepositions you never must use. Within which and when use the ablative case. So we need the ablative case for within 3 days. Okay? Ablative plural of the word for 3. Now remember in Latin 1, 2 and 3 decline. So we need trace, 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 trium, tribus, tribus. So tribus, and then days in the ablative plural, diebus, so tribus diebus, and then they will attack, oppugnabunt. Okay, so Romam tribus diebus oppugnabunt. Okay, and we'll just do one more. They sailed to the small island 7 days ago. Okay, normal rules, subject they, verb sailed, that'll go at the end. So they sailed to the small island. Now, A little bit of a kind of joke or a trick this. As you know, we do not use a preposition with towns, small islands, Thomas and Rus. But the expression to the small island is obviously not the same as being a small island like the Isle of Wight. So, ad insulam parvam, that's to the small island. A verb will come at the end. And 7 days ago, now the Latin for ago, it's an adverb, abhinc, and it is generally used with the accusative case. A little bit peculiar because we're actually trying to express the time when something happened. So you'd absolutely expect this to be an ablative. And if you use an ablative, it's not wrong, but more commonly, abhinc is used with the accusative. Okay, so we're going to use that. Abhinc septem dies. Okay, that means 7 days ago. So, ad insulam parvam abhinc septem dies naviga verunt. Okay, and if you had written abhinc septem diebus, in other words, putting the dies into the ablative, no one would have been very cross. Okay, so there is our fifth and final declension. Really, really easy one to learn. There aren't a ton of nouns that are fifth declension. You can tell if they are fifth declension because when you look them up, they've got that genitive singular ending in ei, so race, rei, feminine a thing, or dies, diei, masculine, a day. So that's how you spot that they're fifth declension. And now that you've learnt it, you can say you know all the declensions in Latin. Okay, fantastic. Okay, see you back here on this channel for more Latin. Next time, we're going to be looking at one of my favourite tenses, the perfect passive. Okay, but until then, keep up the good work on the Latin. Keep making sure you know this stuff, learn it off by heart, say it to yourself a million times, and we will see you back on this channel very soon.